So today's podcast is going to be really interesting. We're having our friend Brooklyn on. Brooklyn's been known in the scene for years. He's literally met almost every band that I ever liked. So this should be very interesting. This podcast is brought to you by Riverside FM. They're not a sponsor of ours, but this is how we do all of our recordings. So I hope you enjoy this podcast. Please do me a favor. Like, subscribe, follow, and share to your friends. It helps out so much. It's nice just seeing a new subscriber every now and then. It really matters to us because we want to continue to do this, and it gives us the drive to continue on and create more content like this. And for now, enjoy this podcast with myself, Adam Facenda, Geronimo Gomez, and our guest, Brooklyn.
Delta Foxtrot, Delta 21. Delta Foxtrot, Delta 21.
In a world where truth lies between shadows and light, where anchors hold you down and eagles dare to rise above, we dive into the untold stories that shape us all. Sit tight, listen close. This is Anchors and Eagles with your hosts, Adam Facenda and Geronimo Gomez. The views and discussions in this podcast are for entertainment purposes only.
I am Geronimo.
And I'm Adam Facenda. And today you're listening to us at Anchors and Eagles with our good friend, Brooklyn. Brooklyn, introduce yourself, please.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Brooklyn.
And there it is. And from now on, I'm not going to talk like this. We're going to move on and use our regular voices, right, Geronimo?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Brooklyn, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm great, man. I'm great.
Yeah. We were talking earlier just before we got onto this podcast, and you moved up there. Well, you said you moved back and forth, but you've been up there consistently for 10 years in Atlanta?
Yeah, for like since 2010. Yeah, since
Wow.
15 years.
Wow. And what's your decision that you decided never to hang out with Jolie and Geronimo up there?
Dude, we're
Because-
home buddies, man.
Because honestly, I don't hang out with anybody. I just isolate. I don't leave my house.
That's hard to believe.
I-
I see you at shows all the time. I like to see you posting up at different shows, I should say.
Yeah, but they're in other states.
Oh, really?
Literally.
Oh, wow. You almost had me fooled this whole time. Like, Atlanta's popping, man.
No, there's tons of good shows here. But the last show I went to here, I saw Pulp, which was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Awesome.
There's a lot of good stuff going on here.
There's tons of really cool
Yeah.
stuff going on here.
Yeah, bands actually come here as opposed to like South Florida. They would just skip, Southern Florida a lot.
Yeah. I mean, bands also leave from here, too.
Yeah.
That's also very true.
Yeah. Heartbroken.
But don't nobody should ever catch Florida sleeping, man. Florida's a great place. I love it there. Like Florida, I was born and raised in New York, but I was taken in and I was made family in Florida by a lot of the kids down south, and it's something I will never forget. Like I love Florida, and you know what? Every once in a while I really miss it there.
Yeah. Probably around
I
this
really
time
do.
when it's cold.
Nah, man. Nah, all the time, to be honest. Like
Really?
I love Florida. Absolutely. Like Florida, I can honestly say that I'm the perfect combination between
No, we got a little
between-
frozen here. What's going on?
between New York and Florida.
I
You
should
know?
freeze too. I should be like,
It was funny when it froze on you guys the other day. It still recorded everything you said, so I heard you talking shit.
Oh, really?
Like it is right now?
No, but it did record everything. Oh
Hello?
man, poor Brooklyn. I wonder if he can hear any of this right now.
Oh,
Yeah, I
you're
don't
kidding
know.
me, right?
This would be like the whole podcast for a video, just like him frozen.
Did it just freeze?
Oh man, are you there, buddy?
blink twice.
And that was it. That was our podcast with Brooklyn.
That was quick.
It's a good thing we got some recording done before we started this. There he is.
Yeah. Man, that sucks. Well,
Yeah.
there he is.
Hey, welcome back.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, it froze and it just wouldn't unfreeze. So
It's
I just
doing-
jumped out and jumped back in.
It's the weather.
Maybe.
Must be. It
Could
literally
be.
must be.
So it made you to decide to get the heck out of Florida then.
I was dating this girl, and we both lived in Miami together for quite some time. And I wasn't leaving anywhere until my mom passed away.
Gotcha.
So my mom passed away, and we got a place in Brooklyn, and I moved back up north for about 6 months, and we broke up.
Mhm.
And then I moved to Philly for like 7 months. And
Oh, wow.
I love Philadelphia. Philadelphia
Yeah.
is an amazing city. I have great friends there. Like, I literally love Philadelphia. Amazing food, nice people. And I bike messengered there, and I worked in a tattoo shop.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it was amazing. I had a great
I actually
time.
do remember. I remember you going through all that back then.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up bad memories, but
It's okay. You can ask me
yeah.
anything you want, man.
Yeah. So then you were there in Philly for, you said, 6 months, and then you came to
Yeah.
Atlanta, or?
Then, I had a friend who moved from California to Atlanta.
Mhm.
He called me up one day, and he's like, "Hey, listen, man, I hear everything that's going on." He goes, "I'm leaving California. Why don't you meet me in Atlanta? I have an extra room for you. Let's figure it out. Let's
That's
do it."
what's up.
And
That's
I was just
awesome.
like, I was like, "Okay." I was like, "I'll see you in a month and a half." And that's exactly what happened. I was working at Cadillac Tattoo in Manayunk, which was owned by Howie, who passed away a couple of years ago. Amazing old tattooer. The guy he used to book Minor Threat and like Black Flag, like stuff like that, like old hardcore guy. He's actually in the documentary American Hardcore. And he's just super cool old guy. I had a couple friends that work there, so they were like, "Hey, we need a counter guy a few days a week, you know. You want to jump in?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I'll do it for sure." And it was just a lot of fun, a lot of like I was surrounded by like old hardcore kids and in a tattoo shop, and we just had a lot of fun.
That's what's up, man.
It was
Um,
great.
that's awesome. I had a similar story with Jamie Bissonette. I was like down and out, and he was like just moved to Connecticut with me. He was already up there, of course, but Jamie saved my life though back then. I
I
think that
get
was
it.
like 90, 2000, 99,
Jamie's a
somewhere
good
around there.
dude, man.
Yeah, really awesome guy. I owe him a lot. And it's good to have really good friends like that, man. Um, how long have you guys known each other, you and Geronimo?
Since like 90, 98, 99,
Something like that.
98.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Do you remember how you and I met?
I've been thinking about that all week, and I
Okay.
honestly do not. And I'm really good about that stuff, but I don't remember that.
So, remember your buddy that worked at Journeys
Yeah.
and he had beef with Ed?
He's not my buddy, dude, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, he was your buddy then.
He was.
He
He
was your buddy
absolutely
then
was.
because you had said you were going to beat Ed Townsend's ass.
Oh,
And
I was going to.
and
There's
I
no
was
two
like,
ways about it.
and I was like, why is this Brooklyn dude stepping in to fight you? Not this guy just fighting for himself. That's what I thought immediately, you know?
I
And
know,
then
and then through that process, you and I became friends. We wound
yeah,
up laughing about the whole thing, and then me and Ed became friendly throughout
yeah,
that whole process.
yeah, yeah. I thought it was funny because I'm the same guy. Like I'll go fucking fight for my friends. I don't give a shit. You know.
Absolutely.
I mean, you could do whatever
I'm
you want to
49
me.
years old, and I'll still do that
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, even back, I mean, yeah, to this day, but like even back then, like you could talk all the shit you want to me. I know what I can do, you know. But whenever you talk shit to my friends or try to fight my friends, then it was a different story, you know. So
No, man.
I just thought I thought it was funny, and then when we met, I think we hit it right off, and we're like, that was it.
No, it was like we looked at each other.
Mm-hmm.
We introduced ourselves to each other because we
Mm-hmm.
kind of knew who each other were.
Yeah.
And then it was just like we just like laughed.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. And that was like, and then we were just like off to the races. And then every Saturday night I would meet you either Friday or Saturday night. We would honestly just kind of show up at the poorhouse at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. I always thought that was funny, man. And there's still to this day, there's a couple of fights that I wanted to see happen. One was Ed. It was always with Ed though, which is funny.
He's a beast, man.
Yeah, was Ed and Archie. You know what I'm talking about, Skinhead Archie.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Dude, I wanted to set up tickets and a legit fight for these guys because I think the whole scene would have showed up to see this fight.
Oh, I would have watched it for
Oh
sure.
yeah, and then you and Ed, just because of those times. And back then,
I like Ed though. Like
Ed didn't know how
Like,
to fight back then either.
no, Ed's a good dude, man.
Yeah.
Like, it was funny though because it was like Chromax played that venue right by your old shop in Coral Springs,
Yeah.
right? And so I was there because I was really tight with John at that time,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I'm there, and he's like, I walk in the door and I go, "Hey, Ed, what's up?" And he was kind of like grilling me a little bit. So then I go, "Hey man, can I run out really quick to go grab a coffee? Because Mario booked the show." So I go, "Hey man, can I run out and grab a coffee really quick?" And Mario was like, "Yeah, sure, sure." I go, "Yeah, because I'm fading." Right.
Mhm.
And I look at Ed and I go, "Dude, you want me to grab you a coffee really quick?" And he goes, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" I go, "You want a coffee?" I'm like, how do you want your coffee?" And he was just like, because it was a Dunkin' Donuts right there.
Yeah, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, he was just like, "All right, man, cool." Like, I have no hard feelings. Like,
Yeah.
I have no hard feelings towards anybody, man. It's just like, I'm just not going to stand idly by and watch my friends who I know can't do much of anything, you know, like, get their ass whooped. Like, I'm just not going to have it,
Well,
you
I
know?
thought for a
And
second you and I were gonna have to fight because of that thing because I knew Ed didn't know how to fight.
It's like a
I was like,
proxy
so who's
fight.
this Brooklyn guy I gotta fight now? Because Ed isn't gonna fight him.
I was ready to go. I was like ready. No, but as it turns out, man, like, I really like Ed. Ed's a good, solid dude. And ever since, like, any interaction I've really had with him, like, when we were in each other's presence, like,
Mhm.
always pleasant. He's a solid dude, man.
Mhm. Yeah, wasn't that all about a girl too?
Of course it was.
What was that kid's name?
What was
He's a
that?
tattooer now.
Let's not talk about his name.
Okay.
I'm not going to give him any shine.
Well, look at you. I love you for that.
I'm not going to, man.
Yeah, I remember that being about a girl too. It's always about a girl. You're right. It's always about a girl.
I mean, think about it. We were in our early 20s. Like, everything from the age of 16 to like 25, 26, whatever fight or altercation you get into, it's roundabout way is about a girl.
I mean, I could say yeah to that, but I hung out in the Edge parking lot a lot just looking for fights. So
Yeah.
it wasn't always about a girl.
They're just like, oh, motherfucker
Didn't-
needs his bell rung.
Yeah.
It
Didn't
is
we-
what
If
it
I
is.
sit out here long enough, someone will talk shit, and then they'll find the fuck out.
I remember hanging out at Poorhouse until the Edge let out with all the raver kids and they closed
Oh
it.
yeah.
And
Oh,
everybody
yeah, that
would
was a good
turn
time.
their chairs at Poorhouse towards the street as they walked
remember?
away. And I remember
good time.
we would just wait. We just wait. And I think at one point I was used as like bait or something.
Yeah, I think I remember too.
You remember that
what?
one?
You know what?
Yeah, I
I'm not
remember
gonna lie.
that.
I'm not gonna lie though. That kind of fucking checks out, dude.
Yeah.
Lawrence was there, and I think that night I came home, Jolie was at my house, and Jolie's like, I got punched in the back of the head. I think that was the night. Yeah. Well,
Was that the night you fell in love with him?
Yeah.
No, we were already together at that point.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, we
Wow.
would
I
just
love that.
wait for the Edge to just let out, and it was
Yeah.
like what time did the Edge let out? Like 2 or 3? I don't know what time that was. It was late. I mean,
No, it
the
was
people would stop like
2:30. It was like
Yeah.
2:30.
yeah.
yeah, but
I remember. I think being at the Poorhouse was probably the greatest part of downtown for us. You know, like
Oh,
there's no shows
that
going
and
on.
Sunday
Let's go hang out
nights.
there.
That
Yeah.
and Sunday nights.
Yeah.
Sunday nights were amazing for like a really long time.
Yeah.
Like, we would just have like a bunch of our friends were like DJing, and they weren't just like playing like they were playing like cool stuff. They were playing like soul music or like old punk rock. Like,
yeah.
that was like the best time. Like, and I would show up to work, even though I'm straight edge, like I would show up to work like Monday, like over it. I'm like, and then like Monday after work, I'd go home, I'd crash, and I'd be ready to go, you know?
Yeah. Tavern 213.
Tavern.
Yeah.
We had so much fun. I was talking about this with Russ last time I saw him at Tim's wedding. Like, we were talking about that stuff. And like, the first time I ever DJ'd was at Poorhouse. It was on a Thursday night at Poorhouse. First time I ever DJ'd. And like, I'm playing like all this stuff. And then Chris Chris Caraba comes in. He goes, "Is that Brooklyn DJing?" And everybody's like, "Yeah, he's playing good shit." And I'm playing like MC5, and I'm like playing like a bunch of Britpop, and like I'm throwing in Chokehold every once in a while. I start off with like I literally start my set off whenever I would start with literally the Gorilla Biscuits horns every time for Start Today. Every time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
Those are good times, man.
Those are great time, man. Going to 7-Eleven, me, I wasn't straight edge, so just getting your beer, sitting on the stoop next to, and just hanging out, man. That was
Now
I remember I
best
used
part of,
my
Go ahead.
favorite times. Yeah.
the best part is when we would just like we would literally just see people walking by, and there was one night where we just like literally a bunch of us got into a taxi and then just went out the other side and left the guy's doors open. Like, like
Oh man.
we would do shit like that, and we would do like Jeremy would start doing zombie taxi and be like a zombie walking into taxis as they're driving by. Like,
Remember, did I ever play Catch a Cab with you?
oh, I think so.
Yeah.
Bro nights were great.
Bro night was an awesome
Bro
night. Bro
night
night
was
was awesome. So the listener understands. Well, I'll explain to both of them, right? The Catch a Cab, there used to be cabs that rode up and down the this one little road in front of the poorhouse, and you would just talking to your buddy, and out of nowhere you just shove them across the cab, but beforehand you had to say, "Hey, you need a cab," so they knew it was coming. But it was like such a fast thing that happened, like then the cabbie would get out of the car and like start a ruckus. And I used to get Ed all the time, and he was such a massive dude. He would leave huge dents in hoods and stuff like that.
Oh,
You need a cab? Okay.
man.
Catch a cab,
I would always laugh because it was so funny. And then we got Scott involved.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
and that dude is literally built like an anvil.
Yeah. Hands of an anvil too. Oh my gosh. I watched him punch a car once, and literally the whole fender just caved in like someone ran a car into it. And I was like, I'm so happy Scott is my friend. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. Oh man, those are good times. Who was that kid? Was it he played for? I'm gonna say Morning Again. Steve
Looker?
I think that was his name. He used to get into vehicles with people down there. And I remember one time. He had fake crutches. I think it was. He climbs into.
It wasn't Steve Looker.
It wasn't Steve.
No.
Okay.
Steve Looker was living in California.
Okay, so
At
I
the
don't
time,
know.
or
I forget his
Gainesville.
name, unfortunately. But this kid would. We were hanging out. Somebody else had broke their foot, so he grabbed their crutches and walked up to a van that pulled up out front of the edge, and all these raver kids were jumping into the van to go somewhere else. But it was like right in front of the poorhouse, and I'm like, what the hell is he doing? Now, first off, no one stops this guy, right? Not only they don't even understand that they're not with them, but he comes in there with crutches. If you're out partying for the night, wouldn't you remember the guy that you're with having crutches?
So funny.
So he gets in the car, and they just drive down the road, and all of a sudden you see brake lights, and he's getting thrown out of the van. It was like a custom van too. Those nights were wild. Do you remember Ziggy running up and down the cabs?
The very first time I saw it, like we're sitting outside, right? And
Mhm.
and you're like, and you like tap me on the shoulder. You go, watch this. And Ziggy starts from like all the way down by where the bank was.
3 or
where the
4 of them
parking lot
down the
is.
road, yeah.
And dude, and he would go all the way to the stop sign. It was like the most magical thing you've ever seen.
Yeah. R.I.P. Ziggy.
Get out of here! He passed away.
Yeah, he and I had some beef when I opened my shop, and he had come by the shop not realizing that I was going to be there when Kevin was still with us, and he called me like a year or 2 afterwards, and I mean, he sounded terrible. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm not doing good, and I just want to call you and apologize. I'm not going to be around much longer, but I want to apologize for all the shit I started back in the day with you." And I was like, "Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thanks, dude. Yeah. Good luck on your journey to the next place, man." And yeah, he's been gone for quite some time now.
How did he pass?
I don't. It was a terminal illness. I don't know which one it was. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't want to put something out there, and then one of our friends.
That's all that needs to be said, man.
Yeah.
That's all that needs to be said.
But he was a maniac. That guy. I mean, all these guys were.
He was really funny.
Yeah.
Like I remember like when I would go when Bert was still tattooing at Rockabilly,
Mhm.
like I was getting tattooed by Bert one time, and he's literally there, and like he's just telling all these like wild ass stories, and he was just a funny guy.
Yeah.
Like he would just get so involved in telling the story, he would literally just like get up and like start doing shit, and you're just
Mhm.
like, dude, that's fucking funny, you know?
Yeah. He we were all few crew together, and one
Yeah.
night we're at the Blondie's, and he's trying to wrestle me, which I always thought was funny because I think I had like 50 pounds on him at the time. And
Easily.
easily, right? And he's messing with me at Blondie's, and I literally picked him up and spun him. Like picked him up and spun him in the air, like, feet over head over feet, you know what I mean? And he grabbed me, and like I thought he was trying to wrestle with me, so I went a little harder on him. And he's like, "No, dude, no, my gun just fell out of my pants."
Oh boy.
And there was literally a gun just laying in the middle of Blondie's, and I'm like,
Uh,
"Oh, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "Why are you
I
bringing
hate
a
it
gun
when
in
that
this place?"
happens.
Yeah, when your piece just falls out.
You know what though, dude? It's not the first time that's happened. It probably won't be the last.
Oh
So
yeah,
we'll be all
especially
right.
there. I mean, especially there. But I was old school. Like I didn't carry a gun. I didn't carry a knife. I mean, at best, when I started tattooing, it was brass knuckles.
Yeah.
That was it. I'm like, never saw the need to like.
It's a very different world now than it
Oh,
was.
now I
like,
do. Yeah. So the listeners
now it's a
know
very different.
I carry.
I carry too, man. I carry too, absolutely,
Yeah.
like all the time.
Yeah. So man, so I would think that I was 97 that we met, or 98. So it's kind of crazy we all met
Approximately.
around that time.
Well, it's when I really started going to shows down there, and I stopped drinking, and I became straight edge. Like was around that time, and that's when I met all the guys, all the Hialeah kids,
Mm-hmm.
all the Fort Lauderdale kids, and like I just started like becoming a fixture down there.
Yeah.
And then I moved in with my girlfriend down there, and then I stayed down there and I loved it. Like I loved living in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
It was great.
It's hard to leave for me.
No, it is. Like I remember when we all lived in Victoria Park.
Yeah.
Literally, there would be like one dude, like we would all live in some bunch of us would live in one side, and then the other side would be like some dude, like straight trap house,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? And then there would be like prostitutes a couple doors down. Like it was fucking crazy. But
Yeah.
it was like the most fun. Like
Yeah. I
because
remember.
you never knew what you were gonna get when you walked out in the street there. Like it was great.
Yeah. I remember like it being scary to be in Victoria Park.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now it's like $1 million. Everything's $1 million home. It's like.
No, it's crazy. Like
Yeah.
I loved living in Victoria Park. We had
Yeah.
so much fun. Because like we all lived in this concentrated area,
Yeah.
right? And those who didn't have cars, like we all rode bikes too. It's like
Yeah. It
we all
became
had
like
one or the other.
a small
Yeah.
Gainesville is what it became.
It was
just like
amazing.
that one little area over there.
Yeah. And then we had the record shop right there, and then we had the bookstore right there that sold like 99-cent coffee, and that's
Mhm.
like what we would do, you know?
Was that when all books and records were still there? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about another spot?
I don't remember the name of it. It was this couple that owned it, and they were just like these two guys, and they were just super cool. We
Hmm.
would always go in there and talk to them, and they were just so nice,
Yeah.
always. Yeah,
Yeah.
we just hit them up for 99-cent coffee, you know? It was great.
it's weird because you guys are. I don't know where I was like this whole time. It's weird. Like 99, 98. I mean, what was I doing? I know
You
I was
would
playing-
show up. You would
I
show
was
up at
playing
the.
I was playing music, but I guess that was before I met Jolie, so I was still running about and doing shit, doing stuff, you know? So, because I know when Jolie and I started dating, I like everything kind of stopped for me, you know? Like I just
Well, that's
wouldn't
not a
go out
bad
anymore.
thing. Like,
Oh my God.
no, that's like
No, I mean
no,
not
dude.
in a bad.
No. That's
No, we
absolutely
went-
the
I
best
started.
thing possible. That's
He's-
absolutely the best thing possible.
Yeah,
You know.
I mean
He
she
still was going out a little bit with the guys
yeah.
sometimes.
But
Yeah,
but the
but-
thing is, Geronimo got a lot smarter than all of us at that point.
No,
Yeah.
no. I mean, I definitely had I started getting into a bunch of different stuff back then. When I met Jolie, I was, I would before it was just going out and stuff, and then I didn't really feel the need to go out anymore. So I started like concentrating on like computer stuff, and I started like really like honing certain skills down, like drawing and stuff like that. So I wouldn't go out as much, you know. So you know, to hear like all this stuff like going on, it's like, right, what was I doing? Like, but this was like before. This is before I started really hanging out with Jolie. I was still doing music, but I think at that time, like 98, 97. I don't know if I know I was in Hudson, and then I was in Poison the Well, and I was in other. I don't remember, man. It's just it's weird how like these like parts of my life are just totally like
Blur.
a blur, you know? Like,
Well, the second that me and Adam met, we were kind of almost inseparable,
Yeah.
yeah.
literally.
We
But
didn't
like,
like you, is
and-
what we're trying to
well,
say.
Yeah, that's fun.
No,
Great.
no.
A lot of people don't like me
you.
back then.
You're too good looking,
you
damn
did-
it.
Yeah.
No, that's also a fact.
It's a fact, right? Why would you want to hang
It's a
out with
fact.
this guy? All the girls are like,
I'm just-
who's he? Like, he's got a
I'm trying
girl.
to
Like,
be-
no.
I'm trying to meet chicks. I'm not trying to have you fuck up my deal, man.
Yeah. Amen. Amen.
No,
No,
you
but,
guys made me
like-
kick my microphone. Yeah.
no, but like I remember like the first time like I met you, it was just like you gave me this look like, who the fuck is this guy?
No.
100%.
I think there are a
can
lot
see
of
that face. I can see
well,
that face. Yeah.
you know, it's
No,
funny.
oh no, like I was a fucking wild maniac. I don't blame you in the least.
Well,
I was a maniac.
It's funny because a lot of my closest friends, I met that like we started off like kind of not liking each other, you know? Like there's this
Yeah.
thing that happens between I don't know if you guys ever had the experience where somebody
Oh,
you meet, you
absolutely.
guys don't like each other at the beginning, but then you end up being like best friends, you know? Like a
Yeah.
lot I can name at least 3 or 4 people that I consider really close friends, and that's how we met. I think Jamie
Mm.
was one.
Yeah.
Bissonnette.
Jamie had one for me for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steven Looker was another one that when I
I
first met
love
him,
that kid.
I think it was like they're recording a morning. I think it was like Jeremy Stasker or something. They were recording a morning.
Oh,
Again
of course it was. It
album.
was Studio 13.
Or it was Culture. I think no, it was Culture. They were recording with Culture because he was in Culture too. And I met him, and he was just, he has like he was so snarky back then. He was very like sarcastic.
Oh,
and he was,
that
like,
hasn't changed. That
Yeah.
hasn't changed.
yeah. But
I love Steve Looker to no
yeah,
end.
he's
I
awesome.
love that
he's
kid.
awesome. Yeah. We were really
I'm
close friends.
going to
Before.
Europe with him in April.
Oh yeah, I love Steve, man. Tell him I miss him, man. He's a
Absolutely.
great dude. But yeah, a lot of my closest friends, I met like, who's this guy? You know?
Oh,
Like-
when John Wiley first met me,
Mm.
he was just like, he was like, because a friend we were talking about, I stayed at their house for the weekend because we were going to shows all weekend, and I was living in West Palm. And he goes, yeah, dude, just come down and crash with me and John. It's cool. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Right. So I did. And then John goes like this, and he goes, dude, don't ever let that dude in the house. He's fucking crazy. Right. And then how many years later, I'm the godfather of John's son. Like,
Yeah. Wow.
you
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
he's my best friend in the whole world.
Was
you
this
know?
the Coral Springs house? Was this the Coral Springs where John lived?
It was the Coral Spring. No, it was the trailer.
Oh, okay. This is before that. Then.
They just moved into the trailer.
Or was
But
this
I
before
was at the Coral Springs house a couple of times.
that? Mhm.
I was there the one night when I think we were sledding down the stairs in cardboard boxes.
I think I was there.
And here I
Oh.
wasn't at that point. Like I was heavy. Like I was like 300 pounds. And like I'm coming barreling down the fucking stairs.
So that was you're talking about the Coral Springs, right? That was in Coral Springs?
Yeah.
So that was I think he lived with Jordan. Didn't he live with Jordan? Jordan
Yes.
Leitner, Kevin from Morning Again, I think.
Yes.
At the time.
Mhm.
And who else? I think Steve lived there too for a little while.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
And I
It was
think
John. It was John, the dude I will not mention, Jordan, Steve Looker, and Kevin.
yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was a Morning Again house. I mean that's
Yeah.
that was everybody that was a
It
Morning
was
Again.
so much fun.
Yeah. Had a lot of good
It
times.
was
there.
so much fun. Yeah,
I
that
love-
was when I just stopped drinking. But the thing is about that, which not a lot of people know, but like there's like a couple of guys that always knew who I was like really close with. Like I wouldn't come out really during the week. I would always come down on the weekends. And the thing is this, like, because like I was I was in recovery, you know, and that's like something that not a lot of people knew.
Mm.
And it's like back then, like I'm hanging out with all straight edge kids, so it's safe, right? And like you could be in recovery and still not be straight edge. You know what I mean? Because they're smoking cigarettes and like, you know, and I chose to like be straight edge, you know? And it was possibly the best thing I've ever done for myself in my life because to this day, like, I still don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, like, I don't do any of those things,
Yeah.
you know? And it's like, because of those guys, you know, they don't really know, like, how much they've really saved my life, you know? Because I was a fucking maniac. I've had friends that come up to me that I went to school with when I first moved down to Florida in '93, they would come up to me and they'd be like, "We all thought that you would be dead by now." Like, and so it's like, I didn't back then, you don't tell straight edge kids and like the friends you just made, like, "Yeah, man, I'm in fucking recovery." You know what I mean? Like, there was still like this fucking thing about it, you know what I mean? That you really didn't fucking like, they were like, "That's fucking weird, man. I don't understand." You know what I mean? And I would be kind of like, I didn't want anybody to feel uncomfortable or like whatever. So I was like, it was just like one of those things I just kind of kept to myself, you know? And that other person knew and Wiley knew. And that's really the only other guys down there. It's the only guys really down there that knew, you know? And they always kind of knew it. It was just like one of these unsaid things. And they just kind of always got it, you know? It was just never talked about. But we would go on trips together. Like I would go out with them and like I'd come down there and spend the weekend and then eventually moved down there and we were together all of the time, you know?
Yeah. It was like I mean,
Like,
it was cool because a lot of the straight edge kids that I remember were always like I mean, I hung out with a lot of them, you
yeah,
know?
I know you did.
And they even though I would drink and stuff like that, everybody was like cool. It's like they had their way of being and they knew what we did, but we all just the music connected us and we were it was never like, "Ooh, get away," you know? Like none of the ones
And
that I knew anyway, they wouldn't, yeah.
we had this small special thing down there, especially at that time, literally from like 96, 97, all the way until like 2000 and like 8. It was such a special time down in South Florida.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we were probably literally the most violent scene there was. And bands would come down, and that's the fucking first thing they would say. They were like, "Holy shit."
Yeah. I
Like, when
it's funny, I remember when, Refused played Cheers, and
I remember that.
they were all freaked out of, like, how crazy Florida is, and
Yeah.
it was funny, they were all burnt and stuff from being in the sun, but yeah, they
I
commented
remember
on,
that.
you know, people knew that they were a little afraid of coming to Florida at that time.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then
I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
growing up down here, all we heard was how crazy New York was, how crazy New York was. So when I knew a hardcore band was coming down from New York, we went crazy.
We went extra.
We went extra, 100%. And I remember going to Connecticut, and it was like, what was it? Thousand Maniacs had to play. They were like just starting to put themselves together, and and I danced with Chef or Jamie Bissonette, and I think there was another Florida kid there, and it was a club that they didn't know what was about to happen, and we opened this bitch up, and people were like terrified, running out out the front door and stuff, and then some other hardcore kids came over, like skinheads from up in Connecticut, and they're like, "Are you guys from Florida?" I just thought it was the funniest thing ever. Like, yeah, yeah.
No, it was literally such a special time down there. Do you remember there was this hashtag a couple years ago, like it said hardcore saved my life. Like hardcore really fucking saved my life,
Yeah.
man. You know, it's just like one of those things like everybody who knows me kind of knows that like I don't come from like so much of a kind place, you know, and the fact that like I found this special community in the most unlikely of places and these kids were just kind of as fucked up as I am, but a lot of our friends like had these like amazing family values, especially like the Cuban kids who we all hung out with. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? Like all the Hialeah kids, like they were just there was a couple of them that would just bust your balls, but if it fucking went down, like we all had each other's back. And I was like one of the only West Palm kids that like actually like came and like hung out and like, and everybody was just like, yeah, you're like one of the only West Palm kids that we actually like.
Yeah.
And I was like, sick, you know, like,
Yeah, it's
but
it's
that's how
funny
it
that
was.
you say that because I remember the Hialeah kids. I didn't give, I think I was a lot like you. I didn't care what show I was going to. I was going to a show if it wound up in Broward or West Palm or Dade. I didn't give a crap,
I did what the fuck I wanted.
Yeah, and I was back then. I was so traditionally like boots and braces, but I
Yeah.
danced like a Miami kid,
Yeah.
I love dancing. I love
To
dancing.
this day, Florida has the best fucking style
Yeah.
when it comes to
I
that.
think so too,
Hands
man.
down.
We have
Hands
style.
down.
We have style. Are you kidding me?
Hands fucking down.
But I remember the Miami kids, they came up to a show at the Edge one time and there was some kids messing with them and they didn't know like what crew they were with or anything like that. And they were like, yo, Adam, what's up with this dude? And I'm like, what dude? And like, that dude over there. I'm like, why? They're like, well, we want to take care of this kid. He's like pissing us off. And I just went over there and like knocked the kid out and came back. I'm like, are we good now? And they're like, why are you so crazy? I'm like, well, dude, you're like in our house. Like, that's the way I looked at it. Like,
I'm not, dude, I ain't got time.
Yeah. No, I ain't got time. Not only that, but
I ain't got time.
I'm trying to like stop this beef between these three counties. You know what I mean? Like it made no sense.
And then there was the night where like the release video and you see me just fucking cracking this kid in the mouth like in the middle of the video.
Oh man.
That was crazy as fuck.
Do you guys remember the Foundation?
Foundation, when I first moved there, I would go there by myself.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anybody. Like I would literally, there was a show I was going.
I thought that floor was going to cave into the store down below it.
Do you remember
man.
Sick of It All there?
Yeah.
That was the first show I went to there.
Bro, what show was it? Why am I drawing a blank on this fucking band?
Downset, maybe?
I saw Downset. I saw Dog Eat Dog. I saw Bouncing Souls there. I saw River Runs Red was the name of the song.
Life of Agony.
Life of Agony there. Bro, Life of Agony, like Dennis, the kid I don't know if you ever met Skinhead Dennis, but he came and became real white power, but
are you serious?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. He grabbed the mic from the singer. Mind you, we all loved Life Agony. We loved Life Agony.
Oh, Life Agony's amazing.
Yeah, and he grabbed the microphone from the guy just before his set started. Or no, it's right after the first song. And Dennis goes, oi, oi, oi. And he's like, and they pushed the singer, and everyone jumped on top of Dennis and like all the bouncers and threw him out. And everyone looked at me like, bro, aren't you going to say something about that shit? I'm like, absolutely not. That drunk fucking idiot can go sit outside. I came here for this band. I'm not going to miss it. And he literally, we found him outside throwing up everywhere. He was so drunk. Oh, but that that place was so good. Were you guys there when little Chad destroyed all the tiles in that place?
No, I was not.
I think it was Dog Eat Dog.
I think they were starting to knock out the tiles on the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the bouncers came over and started like grabbing him. And me and my whole crew, like, I was like, what's going on? And they're like, dude, they're getting ready to throw out this little kid. And I'm like, no, they're not. Like, I'm like, who? And like, the kid that just kicked out the tiles. So I walked over there and pushed him behind me. And then, of course, my crew lined up, shoulder to shoulder. And the bouncer's like, he's got to go. I'm like, if you take him out of here, we're going to destroy this place. And there was somebody, remember they sold quartz there?
Yeah.
One of my homies slammed a quart on the ground, was like, yeah, let's do this shit. And like, fucking beer and glass went everywhere, and literally the bouncers were like, yeah, we don't. One guy came over like, you don't want to fuck with these guys, just let them be here. And then we went even crazier after that.
Dude, they had the F above that door for years after it closed.
Really? Yeah, that was crazy. That's when I think little Chad might have been like 12 or 13 years old at that time.
He was literally 30. He had to have been like 13.
Yeah crazy. I love that kid. He came up to me when I think he was like 14, and we were at the City Center shows in Coral Springs.
Yeah.
And he says, man, I really want to play in a band with you, Adam. And I said, buddy, we are really far in distance in age. I was like, what you should do is get some friends and pick instruments and figure out what you want to play. And then, make a band like that. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, that's the way I did it. Dennis was my guitar player forever. And then, Ed became a singer because we were friends and this and that. And then to see what these guys did, I'm like, wow, man, that's crazy. Insane.
What's crazy though is like when he sang for Shia Lud,
Yeah.
everybody was like, hear that growl out of him. I was
No,
like,
I never
"Holy
thought I
shit."
would ever seen that come out or heard that come out of his mouth.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
He's definitely one of the best voices that came out of Florida. Like his
Oh, yeah.
voice
Oh,
is just
hands
Wait a
brutal.
minute,
down.
what are you trying
Absolutely,
to say?
you can't
What is-
deny it.
What are you trying to say? My
Can't
voice is
deny it, bro.
beautiful. My voice is beautiful.
Like little
Minus
angel,
2,
like
Adam.
a little angel.
Your voice is beautiful. I love your
I
voice,
know.
Geronimo. Jolie, don't say anything. Your voice is too pretty. Just shh.
No, that's
Shh.
Jolie. You can't escape that, honey. You can't. You can't escape it.
Yeah. Chad was awesome, man. I think all of his projects were just gold. You know,
Oh, yeah.
everything he did was, I mean,
He's
obviously.
he's always been a really good kid.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know
He's
what?
always been a really good kid.
That's what it is that he's done so well because he was such a nice, down to earth kid. We saw Newfound Glory in Fort Lauderdale not too long. I mean, it was a few years ago now,
Yeah.
but super cool dude, man. I mean, he was just so like not a day had passed. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
with his success and everything, he was just always like, we're at a show together. You know, it's not even like me that's playing the show. You're at a show. We're at
Yeah,
a show just
yeah,
hanging
yeah,
out.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he just, you know, he went out his way to hang out with us, and it was just, the kid's gold, man. He's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy though? I became really good friends with Ian.
Yeah.
I became super tight with Ian, and me and Ian like talk pretty often. Only when he's really not on tour, but like we talk a lot. Like me and Ian have become really, really tight. Like Ian is my dude, man. I fucking love that kid.
Yeah.
Ian is one of the most genuine, sweetest kids ever.
Yeah. They're all,
100%.
they all are. They all are. I mean,
Yeah.
they're all
Yeah.
just a freaking a bunch of
Good
great
kids,
dudes,
yeah.
man. Bunch of good.
I remember I went to their first show, was in the Coral Springs High School football field.
That's
And
awesome.
and I was like, they were having a hardcore show here, and they're like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, let's go. You know, we all lived around the corner from it. And I got there, and Chad's like, you came to see me play, you know, and I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, I had no clue he was playing, but you know, I love the kid. I was always pumped on him, so like, yeah, let him like think that I came here for that. But
No, he's a great kid.
yeah, I was funny. We were. Do you guys ever practice at Riding Hour Studios?
I've been there a handful. I've been there
Yeah,
a lot.
we used to.
Yeah, I was there.
I
when
was never in a band, but I've been there a lot.
Yeah, we were practicing, and they were practicing a couple studios over, and I was like, what do you got, like, what are you doing next door? I'm like, that's not Shia Lud. What is going on? He's like, yeah, we're making a band to get girls.
Respect.
I remember they like Britney Spears
Yeah.
like on their van and like
Yeah.
on their
Oh,
tour
dude,
van.
no, they had tour passes
Yeah.
that had Britney Spears on the
Yeah.
tour pass.
Yeah. I gotta pee because I'm an old man. I'll be back. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah. Talks amongst yourselves. Coffee talk.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Coffee talk. Yeah, man,
No,
those
like,
are those are some of the best times of my life, dude. I think about that stuff at least once a day. All those times, you know?
No, it's like I think about it like this, like at that time, literally, like from the time to time, like I said, like was literally the golden time down there for us, you know? And now it's just like changed so much.
And the thing
You
is,
know?
like, I can't go anywhere else. Like, I was spoiled growing up in that time with all you guys that nothing can beat it. Nothing beats it, you know? And it's obviously a lot has to do with the age we were back then. And, you know, we had different needs as growing up back then, you know? But nothing, I just can't imagine even going to a show and feeling that camaraderie that, you know, was there. You know? And yeah, it was dangerous, but it was dangerous to
Oh, it
an
was sketchy as
outsider.
fuck.
Yeah,
It was
but
sketchy as fuck.
yeah, to an outsider, it was scary, but not for us. You know, like that
No.
was, and I always say this, like, it's like those dancing and going to shows back then, those were our safe spaces. As dangerous, you know, as it was, like that was the safe space for us. You know, like
I have a friend here. He tattoos at Southern Star. His name is Brian Gaddis, right? One of the most talented tattooers. He's probably one of my favorite tattooers, hands down, right?
Thanks, bro.
He came up with like the best thing I've ever heard one time. He looked at me and we're just having this casual conversation. He goes, we're the last generation of kids to play in the woods.
yeah,
We're the last generation of kids to play in the woods.
Yep.
You know what I mean? we all had fucking flip phones, dude. Like, what's this camera bullshit? You know, like
No,
we
we
didn't
had
have that.
when we were on when we
We had
went on our
fucking beepers.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
When we went on our first tour, we had one little flip phone to share between everybody and the members.
Nokia.
Yeah, it was Jolie's Nokia, and that was our connection to home, you know, and we were like, "Hey, can I borrow the phone? Can I just be," you know, and we had minutes.
Before that,
and-
it was a beeper.
yeah, the beeper, we had beepers. I mean, it was
You had you guys had the Garmin, the thing that was literally like a fucking TV.
Wait, yeah, I had the Nokia. Yeah, it wasn't a flip. The first one that was
Yeah.
just a handset like
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, the Nokia one. Yeah.
It was we were
Awesome.
definitely lucky to experience, and I think we're like one of the only generations to have that where we actually saw this change, you know, like where
I was
we
just gonna say that.
from having nothing to having all what we have now. You know, like we actually witnessed to that.
I literally had a 13-inch black and white TV in my bedroom with the bunny ears on it
Yep.
to like that literally weighed like 30 pounds.
Yep.
Yeah.
To like now I have this 65-inch TV in my
It's
bedroom
paper thin.
that weighs like 3 pounds,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. I mean,
you know,
what
and it's
yeah,
crazy.
it's crazy. CRT, I mean, our TVs were like super heavy. They were, you know, it's
Yeah.
it's like lugging that thing around was a nightmare.
I was a
tapes.
cable guy from 18 to 19 years old, and going in and moving these frick.
Nice.
You had a 32-inch, you might as well had a Volkswagen Bug in your freaking living room, you know. And I had to move these things, and every time I'm like, if I drop this, and I'm here, like I'm like
Oh,
fear, like
no.
my dad fear, like dad would come in and kick your butt, you know. Like every house that I went into, like, and they had these stupid wall units, man, and you like have to take the whole thing apart just to get to the back of the TV.
Yeah.
It was terrible,
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
D-
It was great, man. Tapes, man. Or mix tapes, making tapes.
Yeah,
You know, like that was a yeah.
The first time I ever got into the first hardcore record I ever heard was like, How Could Hell Be Any Worse?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
from
I
Bad
re-
Religion, like my we were living in Queens. My brother brought that home and he goes, check this out. And he made a copy of it for me and I borrowed his fucking Walkman,
Mhm.
right? And I listened to it and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then like the first record I ever bought with my own money was Synchronicity by the Police,
oh wow.
Nice.
which is still my favorite band to this day,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
That-
know?
That's how I was introduced to a buddy of mine went away for the summer and came back, and he was a guitar player. And at that time, I think I was like listening to Danzig and Metallica, and he comes back and with this tape, and he's like, "Dude, you got to check out these bands." My friend gave him it's called punk rock, and I'm like, "Yeah, you know, let me hear it," you know. And it was Dead Kennedys and Slapshot, and man,
That's awesome.
I played that thing until it was like nothing. And that's when I was like, so we can go see these bands here? You know what I mean? Like my first show I went to was like Overkill and Exodus. You know what I mean? I was like 13 years
Dude,
old.
first band I ever saw in my life was Exodus.
Really?
Exodus and Anthrax.
That's why we're brothers, my friend.
That's what I'm fucking saying. Exodus and Anthrax at Sundance, Long Island, the Headbangers Ball tour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Headbangers
My
Ball.
fucking brother. My mom was working at night, right, at her bar, right? And both of my older brothers took me.
Oh, wow.
It was at Sundance, Long Island. It was a crazy shit. I'll never forget it. Like Exodus goes on. They were the very first band I ever saw live. And they go on, and I was just like, holy shit, this is my fucking people.
Yeah.
You know?
This is where I want to be
It was
forever.
like this is like one of those moments.
Yeah.
I remember going to shows, and I forget which. I mean, it used to happen to me a lot, but I remember going to shows. I'm single. I really don't give an F about anything, and me saying out loud, "I don't want to do anything but this for the rest of my life." You know.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
get me to go to a show. I have to wear earplugs. I'm gonna be panic attacked the whole damn time. Like it's so
I'm wearing knee braces.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a helmet.
I'm like, is there a VIP here? I don't want these sweaty kids all over me.
Yeah, exactly.
I went to go see Jawbreaker last time I was out in California, right? When we went to and I saw Oasis 2 nights in a row,
Mhm.
right? So like the night before though was Jawbreaker at House of Blues with the Get Up Kids, right?
Whoa.
And I'm there and I'm like, I look at my buddy Matt Pike who I'm with, and he's just like, and he goes, dude, we have to stand amongst the people. And he goes, dog, we got VIP. We have our own booth. And I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, this is amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in the past, I guess when Xena started working the VIP room upstairs at
Oh, we got hooked. Fuck.
Revolution, yeah, it was like I remember being up there going, "Oh God, I miss dancing, but I also don't want those kids to touch me." And then I remember all of
want
us
anybody
up there
touching
just
me.
critiquing how everyone didn't know how to dance.
We
Like,
did that
look at
shit
this
all the
clown
time.
over here. What the heck
like
is
this-
he
Like,
doing?
what is that?
That's not a
This
pizza
guy doesn't
maker.
even know how to
What
fucking.
is it?
I know, right?
You're not picking up
his windmill is
change.
whack.
Oh.
His windmill is whack.
Yeah.
I saw Jeff there one time, Cozen, and he was with Get the Ammo. He's still at Get the Ammo, you know, and he's like, "Hey, you pussies, you need to start dancing." Blah blah blah. Like he's like going in on these kids, and he's like, "When we get done our set, I'm gonna come down there and kick some of your asses." And everyone's like going wild. And then he went downstairs, went out there, and knocked somebody out with a backhand, and was that was it. And I was like, "Oh shit, he really did it." That's so terrible, man.
But he was also a little bit younger than us too.
He was, man. He was. I met that kid at a Reverend Horton Heat show with me and Pete Gordon. You guys know Pete Gordon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was in
Pete-
wasn't he? He was in
Radio
Culture.
Baghdad.
no, Radio Baghdad in Hudson. Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, different Pete. Yeah.
Oh no, Pete
Yeah.
Gordon. No, he wasn't in
Pete
Hudson.
Gordon.
Yeah.
No, Pete Gordon was in
He's in Radio Baghdad,
He-
and
He was in Radio Baghdad. Yeah.
he was in what else? He was in another band too.
a bunch of bands, but that was the one we all knew him from. To be honest,
Yeah,
with
he's
you.
a great bass player. Pete
Oh, yeah,
Gordon's
he's
an amazing
awesome.
bass player.
Well, he and we wound up going to the show, not together. We just wound up at the show, and all these rockabilly kids were like messing with him, and he walked over to me. He's like, "Dude, I don't know if I could take this much longer, man. These rockabilly kids are really pissing me off." And I was like, "Where?" And he's like, right over there. I'm like,
Oh,
okay.
I know exactly who they were.
So I walked over, and I provoked it a little bit because it's my boy Pete, you know. I walked over and put my back to them, and I gave him a quick little windmill, not at a Reverend Horton Heat show, so that wasn't kosher, you know. And the girlfriend got in my face, and I said, "Is this your girlfriend?" And he goes, "Yeah, why?" I go, "Because I'm gonna beat your ass because of this girl right now." And next thing you know, we're fighting every rockabilly kid in there, just me, Pete, and I think there was a third person with us. And we're scrapping, and out of nowhere, this guy grabs me, and I'm like, "Oh, here it comes! I'm gonna catch a shiner right now." And I feel this guy grab me, and then the guy disappears, and Jeff is standing there, and Jeff's like, "I got your back. Let's fucking do this." And that was it. We just cleared house, so we got thrown out of there. But that's how I met Jeff Cozen.
Jeff Kozan can scrap.
Oh
too.
yeah, dude. Yeah,
Jeff Kozan can scrap.
he was like one of those West Palm kids that
He's a good kid, man.
Oh, dude, super good kid. I love Jeff with my.
I was
heart,
just down there not too long ago, and I made a point to stop by the shop and see him and stuff, and his shop's beautiful.
Oh yeah,
He has a really great thing going on there. He's
Yeah.
a sweetheart of a kid, you know.
yeah. He deserves
a
everything
good
he has,
dude.
man. You know.
He worked really hard.
Yeah, I mean, bro, yeah, I love that kid. People used to say that he looked up to me. I'm like, no, that kid's awesome. You shouldn't be looking up to me. You should be looking up to somebody else for sure. Such a good kid, man.
He's a solid human.
Yeah. I'm surprised you never played in a band, Brooklyn?
No, never. Dude, I couldn't carry a note in a paper bag.
Yeah, me either. That's why I played bass and guitar.
I couldn't do any of those things. None of it. But I would always book the shows.
Yeah.
Just all the other shit. I was always working the stage to make sure nobody died on stage and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I was all right with that, you know. I always was friends with everybody because I worked for a few labels and stuff like that, you know, and I was always involved the back office stuff.
Right.
I know where I can and cannot do, you know what I mean? But I mean, I'm happy with the way things turned out. I can honestly say right now I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life.
That's beautiful.
I get to go on tour and see different places with some of my best friends,
Mhm.
you know, and experience that and I get really taken care of. I have amazing friends and I'm like I said, I'm probably the happiest I've ever been in my life. I still collect records and buy books and do all that shit, and like go to shows whenever I can. Like my life, I've simplified my life, you know?
Mhm.
Like I live by myself. I have a very normal life. Like I'm nowhere near angry like I used to be,
Mhm.
but I'll always be pissed.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I hope I'm never not pissed. You know what I mean? I always want to remain pissed. But I mean, in this climate, like, how could you not be? But
Yeah.
it's like, I'm not angry anymore. Like, I'm just not angry. Like, I'm genuinely happy. Like, I have a great fucking life. You know,
Yeah.
there's food on my table. All my shit works. I get to travel. I get to speak to you guys. You know what I mean? Those are just like, those are just the bonuses of having a good life,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? And I just refuse to be mad anymore. Like it was Adam Constructa one time goes like this to me. He was on tour in Germany, right? And he left his band in the middle of the
Yeah, I
tour,
remember that. I remember
right?
that.
And he looked at everybody like he told me the whole story. And he goes, I just couldn't do it anymore. And he goes, you know what? It had nothing to do with anybody. Like,
Mhm.
I just needed to do this for me right now. And then he just decided, he goes, I'm never going to have a bad day ever again.
Yeah.
And that, like, I still remember that to this day, like word for word, right? Exactly the way he put it to
Mhm.
me. Like, I'll never forget that. Like, we don't talk often, but Adam is one of the best dudes I've ever met in my life. I have never seen anybody in my life work as hard as that guy
Yeah.
has, him and Cindy, and
Mhm.
literally have such an amazing life like they have, and they're such amazing, incredible people, and their kids are just amazing reflections of them.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I've known Adam, shoot, I think Adam was like 14 or 15 years old, like
Adam's
Wags in Coral
amazing.
Springs.
Yeah.
And I joke about him because he had this error about him where he'd tell everybody like, I'm going to blow up your car. I'm going to like, for a while we were all kind of concerned that he was going to blow up somebody's car, but Adam's always been a consistently another really great dude. You know, super
He's
consistent.
wonderful. He's
Yeah,
absolutely wonderful.
yeah. I used to stop by his. Remember when he had a shop right off of Oakland Park? I used
Yeah.
to just stop in there and hang out with him and chop it up, and I was just so impressed, like how he went about his career. You know, like Adam. So everybody knows Adam does custom vehicles, and I mean they're
Adam's Chop Shop, dude.
yeah tits, man. They are tits, in a positive way, not in some sexual way. They are just amazing of what he makes, and it's so spot on. And I remember him being a kid, like he would get a job in an upholstery shop, and then he'd get a job at a body shop, and then he'd get a job at a mechanic shop, and he was literally just learning everything and getting paid for it. You know, he didn't.
I have never seen anybody
Hmm.
soak up so much information like a literal sponge in my life.
Yeah, there was I often saw like because he got into welding, he did all that stuff. Lawrence would kind of get, I guess, envious of it and say like weird things about it. You know what I mean? And I'm like, dude, the
I
kid's
remember that.
crushing it. You know what I mean? The kids be pumped on your friends, man. That's I think one thing. You're talking about anger and being pissed and stuff. Even when I was angry and pissed at the world and all that time, anytime any one of you guys like did something great, I was like so pumped. You know what I mean? Like,
So was I, like,
yeah,
so was I 100%.
yeah. Like it was just
Like,
I don't know. I've always been a fan of my friends, and I don't know if any
I
of.
remember when little Phil was coming up
Mhm.
tattooing.
Yeah.
Remember,
Look
like,
at
he
him
was just,
now.
like, doing, like he was doing, like, these crazy things, I'm like, "Wow, that's pretty cool." And then him and Gertie, like, when they were coming up, like, I
Mhm.
was just like what's the cool thing about it is, like, you and I were there to see that.
I was so much there to see it that Phil almost gave up tattooing because they were working at that Sunrise tattoo shop.
I
And
remember
I
that.
and I told we were living together, and I was like, "Look, dude, get 8 of your friends in here in the house. We're gonna tattoo them in the house. I'm gonna sit with you. We're gonna make sure that you get like dial in these tattoos." So that's why Gertie has a backward seahorse on his leg because we didn't do the flip side of it, and he only had space in the one spot. And I was like, "You guys will laugh about this in the future. Who cares? Who cares if it's on backwards? Like honestly, who cares, right?" And I think we did a tattoo on a kid named Dave, a few people, and I was like, so once we get these good tattoos done, I'm gonna go shop you to my friends, and I'll get you a job somewhere else, because we're at Color Fest. They weren't hiring.
Yeah.
He started at Bulldog Tattoo,
I
and he
remember
walked
that.
off of that. But then I got him a job. I went over to Novi's spot and say, "Hey, Novi, this kid's a really good kid. He's got it. Like, he's really green, but I think he will do wonders. I think he'll do really good for you, and I think he'll learn a lot from you as well." And man, that was it. You know what I mean? That was his step, and then the Color Fast, and then it was nothing but up. And he is phenomenal, man. So what people didn't know about Phil, like Phil was doing all these traditional pieces, but in his bedroom, this was the house where the spare room was
I
possessed.
remember.
Yeah. So he would have his figure drawings, and they were like spot on. He had a pair of his boots. I think it was his boots, like some 10 eyes in his bedroom, and he literally drew them like photo realistic from nothing. And I was like, dude, like I don't know where you're gonna wind up in tattooing, but so good, man. And that's where he's at now. I'm so, and like I said, I'm always pumped on these guys, man. Like,
Yeah.
like everybody, even Geronimo and Jolie, like I've always been pumped on them. I keep
No,
coming.
but it's like, how could you not be? And that's like what I
Yeah.
said, like at the beginning, like when we started this whole conversation, is that like you guys being together 25 years is probably like one of the most beautiful things. Like, and it's very, very rare these days to like see two people who you've seen like kind of grow up,
Yeah.
like be in love and like stay in love and like be there for one another. Like that's what it's all about. And it's like, that's what it's all about, and to see that and to see that materialize, like it literally makes me feel like, wow, it's fucking possible, like that shit does exist,
Yeah.
and it just makes somebody like me who could be like pretty down on himself every once in a while because why don't I have X, Y, and Z?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Because it's just not my time yet. And that's
Amen.
okay. You know what I mean? But then it's like you guys got in this world of a gajillion of 10 million people, on this planet, like for anybody to think that they're going to fall in love with the person who lives a block away, it's crazy. But the fact that you guys found each other like that is a miracle on itself, especially as early as you did, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
And we were kids.
we were kids. We were
I
kids, and
know,
we
I
were
remember.
lucky, and it's weird. I mean, I was telling him earlier that it's been so nice because we have the same memories.
Yeah.
We just
Yeah, I
we have
know. It's weird.
we can talk about the same people and the same shows and the same
Yeah.
venues, and we toured together. I mean, we toured the country together, and twice, and we have all those memories, and I mean that's definitely one of the reasons why I think we've been able to work out this long is because we experienced a ton together at a very early age.
Hmm.
Like super young, where I guess the best way to say it is we just grew up together. We saw the world together. And that's why I think it works. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's weird.
yeah.
But
I can't wait to read the book.
Jelly's working on it. Jelly's
Yeah.
working on it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, of course
No,
she
but
is.
that's like no, but it's like, but that's what it's all about though. You know what I mean? It's not about like, oh dude, I have a Chung King pressing. You know what I mean? It's about, you know what, man? Like I've lived this really great life and I've had this amazing partner that has experienced some of this life with me, And it's like it's about the memories. It's not about all the other shit, you know what I mean? And it's like it's not about all the money you have in the bank. You know what I mean? Because when you're fucking gone, dude, you don't bring that shit with you.
No.
Like have fun now. Like enjoy yourself now,
Yeah.
you know? And yeah, those things do help, but it's like work hard, don't live to work, work to live. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Did I
Yeah.
put that correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
All right, good, good, good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like, but that's kind of like the way that I see things now. You know what I mean? It's like, it's taken me a really long time to get here, before like when I started, when I went back to school and I started working in addiction treatment and mental health, like I was working 80 fucking hours a week, man. You know what I mean? Like literally. And I had a girlfriend and she was bummed out that I wasn't home because all she wanted to do is spend time with me, and that's cool, but that wasn't my focus, and that's a shame. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it should have been. It should have shared. I should have had a good balance between both. I never figured it out. You know, and now it's like I have this very simple job, right? I don't work in addiction treatment or mental health anymore. And I was really pissed when it happened because I've never worked so hard at something. And then just like it kind of went away, you know, it had to go away, you know, and it was it was honestly like at the time, I was like, I'm making all this money and this and that. And you know what? Like when now I work for a fucking pool company, you know, and it's like the best fucking that's some like real Florida shit, by the way.
Yeah. Bro, I've thought
You
about
know?
doing that now. What are you talking about?
It's great, right? And it's like I love it. Like I absolutely love it. Like I'm in my work truck by myself. I go to my stops. I take care of whatever I need to take care of. I'm in management, so it's like really nice and easy, right? And I just go and I fix people's shit all day, and like I talk to a couple people along the way, but mostly I'm by myself. And it's like this great thing where I can like listen to a podcast, or I can like listen to something on YouTube while I'm doing it, or listen to music, you know, or like make a phone call and check in with a couple people every once in a while. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's been literally the best thing that's happened to me.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I needed, in my case, I had to take 5 steps backwards to take 2 steps forwards,
Yeah.
you know, and it's been like the best thing that's happened to me, you know?
That's
Yeah, I
beautiful.
mean, that's with everybody, dude. It's like, I mean, that's the only way you're gonna learn and figure out things. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's like, yeah, I mean, I look at there's a guy in our building that they pick up garbage every night, you know? And I'm like, man, I want to do that. You know, it's like, dude, it's just chill. He's simple. It's you know, where I was working before, it was just it's stress, man. And it's like I definitely don't want to do that anymore. So I mean, I totally understand what you're saying, Brooklyn. It's you know,
Yeah.
just finding the balance, you know, and that
But what's crazy though is like, when I first started this job, I had so much stress, right? I had so much stress because I'm so used to like, I had to make sure that all of my clients took this medication, make sure they're not fucking overdosing, make sure they're not hiding shit under their tongues, like all this stuff. Like I had all this built up anxiety, right? And it took me like a couple of months to like actually be comfortable, right? It took me like a couple of months to be like, and every once in a while it'll hit me and be like, am I doing everything I'm supposed to do? Are they going to fire me? Is everything okay? Like that happens to me every once in a while. But you know what, man? I keep showing up. My paycheck's on time, no issues. Like I check in with my bosses once a week to make sure everything's cool, right? And they're like, "Nah, man, just keep doing what you're doing. Everything's great." Like just like that, like calm as can be. And I'm like, this is fucking weird, man. When's the other shoe gonna drop? But the other shoe doesn't have to drop. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't.
Not only that, but I think what you're not seeing on their side is you're doing your job. You're showing up. That's
Yeah.
like the workforce sucks nowadays. So like they're probably just pumped that you're with them and just being like someone that is concerned about having a job. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Oh,
Like you're
I'm
both
I'm
benefiting
I'm
from the
there.
situation. You know?
I'm one of the only guys that work for my company. I found this out today that like I'm usually the earliest one and I'm usually the latest one,
Wow.
right? Not only that though, and if I forget to like clock in and out, like I'll send like an email immediately, say, "Hey, you know what? I forgot to clock out. This is the time I started, this is the time I ended." And then like I'll follow up on it like the next day.
Yeah.
And they're like they're so confused by that. And I'm
yeah.
like, "Why?" And I'm like, I'm trying to be a responsible adult,
Yeah.
man.
Well,
I'm
you
like, I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, if you guys knew me like fucking couple years ago,
Yeah.
like,
Well, the thing is that
Yeah.
well, the things you're doing is like what a normal person would do. Somebody that's
yeah, and it's
responsible and would
crazy
do
to
that.
me. Like,
And what Adam's saying, there's a lot of people out there that just don't do the simplest thing because either they're not old enough, they don't understand that, you know, work is work, you know, or they just don't do those things. They're
Yeah. A
young
lot of them just
and
think just
they're not
showing
used.
up is part of the job. You know,
Yeah.
I'm here, pay me. I have to work too. You know.
that's
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
crazy to me.
But that's
That's
how it
absolutely
is.
crazy to me.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's how it is. You know, I
Just like
think
I said, we were the
yeah.
last generation of kids to play in the woods, man. That goes with that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what were you gonna
And the
say,
funny thing
Adam?
is, I still
No.
want to
Me?
play in the woods.
Yeah, just like how
I-
you experience certain people.
Dude, I want to play guns, dude.
Yeah.
Come on.
in
Talking
Atlanta.
about-
Let's go Manhattan. You'll get shot.
you might get shot. You might
will
get shot.
But yeah, but Jolie's experienced that too with
so many times.
with
Place.
people not doing their jobs. Yeah, I mean,
Oh
like,
yeah.
like what? I mean,
Like I worked for this place where I did loan modifications actually when people were having trouble with mortgages and stuff, and all of the workers, they would just like chat all day and they would give me files and I'd be like, I'm just gonna do the files. That's what I'm here to do. Time goes faster. And they would just be hanging out, chatting and not doing their job and complaining about working, stuff like that. And yeah. Even where I work now, they've changed the process and they're all complaining like, this is worse. I don't want to work. You know?
yeah, well,
Yeah.
a lot of those people are younger though.
Yeah.
I mean,
young-
we're
yeah,
obviously
it's-
we're in our late 40s, 50s.
Can't even say it.
Yeah. Man, I know, it's tough. Yeah, it's like 50. Oh, I can't.
I just threw up in my mouth. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Yeah.
It's
Damn
true though. It's like,
Damn it.
it's like, and it's just like, it goes back to what Geronimo said before. It's like, we're like the last generation to see all of these changes, literally,
Well, not only
we've
that,
seen like,
I'll add to that. Not only are we the last generation that are seeing all these changes, we're going to be probably one of the last generations that created because of
Yeah.
AI and everything that's coming
Yeah.
along. Like,
Yeah.
like you're just going to prompt something into a computer and it's going to give you the how to make it, and then that's it, and it's over. Like, there's not going to be any need for creatives anymore. Geronimo's
always be
having a
a
hard
need-
time with me saying this out loud. He does every time we talk about this. He's
but the thing is this, there'll always be,
Yeah.
but the thing is this, there'll always be the need for somebody to learn how to tie a knot.
I agree.
Yeah.
No, I agree. But what
Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
is right now, like, so we saw beepers to cell phones to text messaging to, I mean, literally, we
Dude, we
saw
had
home
fucking-
computers.
We had
right?
the fucking the fucking
Yeah,
rotary
the
phones.
rotary
Yeah.
phones.
Literally.
Yeah, totally.
We had those. I
Yeah.
had
Right.
one in my house.
Yeah.
we
So
did
somebody
too.
had to invent these things. There was a human that invented
We
these
had
things.
cords that connected our
Yeah,
phones
you
to the
couldn't walk
wall.
away from the kitchen. If
What
your
the
phone
heck?
was on the wall, you were stuck.
Dude,
with
I had
your
a the first time we got Cablevision, dude, we had that big fucking box like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And it was like,
You called it the box, remember?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know, it's crazy.
Well, like another thing that's a problem is like, especially with AI and stuff, is that you have people that know art, and then usually bosses and people that make a lot of money that run these companies don't care about good art.
No.
So they'll take whatever they can get at the cheapest cost. So
Yeah.
But unfortunately, those are the people that hire, and those are the people that pay. So very rarely, I've had to deal with this where, your boss doesn't know the difference between good design and poor design. They'll hire the person that has crappy design, and you'll look at that and be like, dude, this guy sucks. But the guy doesn't know it. He doesn't have the eye. He doesn't know anything about art or design, but yet he makes all the money. So
Yeah. Same thing in my industry.
yeah, it sucks.
Oh, it's
you know?
absolutely the same thing in your industry.
Yeah. Everyone sees this high filtered image from this kid that's been tattooing for like 2 years, maybe 3 years.
Yeah.
And I'll give it to you. He's got an eye, but he doesn't know how to put it under the skin right. And then he's going to say, yeah, look at it. It looks awesome. And I'm over here like, what are your tattoos going to look like in 23 years?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you have no technique. You have no understanding of how the skin's going to age. You're not even worried about how the skin's going to age. You're going to worry about today, and what this photo.
He's worrying about that Instagram picture. He's
Yeah,
worrying about
that's
that
it.
Instagram
I was
picture.
just going to say that.
And it's like,
Whatever, dude. I got 25,000 followers.
yeah,
Yeah,
right. Who
exactly.
cares? I'm booked out. I'm $1,000 a day, or $1,000 for 4 hours, or $1,000 an hour, and I'm just like, people believe the hype or believe like what they see is like, oh, this is good, but they don't know what's good. It's the same thing what you're saying,
Yeah.
Geronimo. Like the purchaser is like, oh, I don't care. It looks good. I got it. Everybody goes to this guy, but you're like, yeah, but he sucks.
Yeah.
Dude, if some tattoo artist told me he was fucking more than $150 an hour, dude, I'd yoke his ass.
I'm $200 an hour just because everyone around me is $200 an hour.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. And I mean, not just cause, but I do tattoo like lightning now.
I know.
So it's I tattoo super fast, and I don't think that's fair if I'm tattooing by the hour. So I try to tattoo by the piece mostly. But like everybody in my shop's $200 an hour, and like, hey, I'm a shop owner, so like get it. But at the same time, I'm also an honest tattooer, right? So if I'm
You always
200,
have been though. You were
yeah,
always really fair.
yeah, I always try to be fair, man. Like I'm the working man's tattooer. You know what I mean? Like I come from working class towns. Like why would I hit somebody over the head? And it's to the point where I have to ask some of my artists downstairs, hey, what would you charge for this? And then I still chop some money off of it. I'm like, that's way too expensive. You know what I mean? But they get it all the time. You know,
Yeah.
they've been tattooing maybe under 5 years. You know, it's
Yeah.
crazy, and I think that's what I'm saying is like when AI got involved in music, I was just like, oh, this is not good. You know what I mean? Like
No.
music's what brought us all together, right? So that community of
Yeah.
music and finding friends outside of our shitty homes was possible because of music. What was the other? Where else? Skateboarding, but skateboarding, you're getting kicked out of everywhere. This was like one place where we could just go, be ourselves, be buttholes. You know what I mean? Just be like happy kids dancing. Like it just didn't make sense back then because we had all these regular friends that were like basers and lowrider kids and stuff like that. But we had this community that was all based around music, you know. And when I see some shows down here, because there are some shows with really young kids, it like fills my heart with like a little bit of hope there's a future. That's the only reason why I ever did the skate park shows. You know what I mean? Like I had it out with my band. I was done with it, but I could start giving back to another generation of kids. That's once again, hardcore saved my life, you know? And I just thought it was such a great way to give back to something that gave so much to me. And I say that all the time, man. Like to see, there's a lot of bands that came through that skate park that got signed, and like they came to see me at tattoo shops like I was working at back in the day, and like, hey, we got signed. We want to thank you. You gave us our first show. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like Blade Runner, I think it was like Blade Runner Records or I forget Roadrunner Records.
Metal Blade.
Roadrunner.
Yeah.
Metal Blade and
Roadrunner.
Roadrunner.
And these kids were amazing. And I was just like, wow, man, like what if they didn't get that experience as a kid playing around all their friends and everyone going crazy for them, and them saying, like, you guys, Geronimo, you guys know when you're first playing in a band, like you practice your butt off to just get on that stage for that first set. And it's like, it's nerve wracking. Like you're coming out to the world. Like this is what we do.
To this
God,
day,
I hope you like this.
To
Yeah,
this day, it's still nerve wracking as shit. It's to this day, if we play a show, man. But I've learned to enjoy the nerves instead of like have them be like based off of fear.
Yeah.
Now it's just an excitement. But yeah, I mean it's still there, man. It's still like you're vulnerable and you're giving this emotion away to the crowd.
Yeah.
And it's scary.
No, like look at somebody that's all of our friends, like Chris.
Yeah.
Like, dude played fucking 2 nights sold out at Madison Square Garden, right? And he still talks about how he gets stage fright.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like that's crazy.
Dude, there was one show I played.
But I think I heard somebody say one time that if you lose those nerves, you should stop doing it.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
That's when you should just not do music anymore or do that particular art form anymore, because that is like still the love and the excitement that brings you to that event. So
yeah, it makes you show up and be present too.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, I played Club Q once. It was like our third or fourth show playing out. No, it was our second show playing out, and no, sorry, I'll rewind. It was my first show playing out at Club Q, and my guitar player, which was older than me, that had played in a lot more bands, was throwing up in the parking lot.
Ed sang, didn't he?
Yeah, Ed sang, right?
Ed sang? Yeah.
So he threw up in the parking lot, and I'm driving down there with Ed, and I'm like, dude, I'm fucking nervous, dude. Like, this isn't like a rehearsal studio. These are our friends, and we're playing with other bands right now that are really good, man. This is, I don't know about this. And I show up, and dude's puking in the parking lot. Rob Robinson's puking in the parking lot. I'm like, I looked at Ed, I'm like, if he's puking, what am I going to do? Am I going to pass out? So we get on stage, and I swear the first 3 songs, I can't turn around. I'm just facing my amp the whole the
I
whole
mean,
set.
even
Yes,
see,
though.
but it's funny because you'll go into a fight and not have a second.
Oh,
you know what I
yeah.
mean, a second
Oh,
thought.
yeah.
Oh no,
But yeah,
that,
getting on
that's
stage, you're like, oh shit.
no, that's literally where I'm at my most comfortable, inside of control, inside of chaos.
Yeah.
I'll give you another one. I will fight any. Well, maybe not nowadays, because probably have a heart attack if I got into a fight. But back in the day, I would fight 3 or 4 guys in a bar. I would fight the biggest guy in a bar. No problem. Go walk across the bar and talk to a girl. Not me. Not happening.
No,
Not gonna happen here today, buddy.
I just the thought of it, I'd start sweating.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh
Yeah, this 120-pound girl across the room over here. Oh man, I don't know. I don't think I could do that. I don't know. I'm just gonna fight the bouncer. You know? Oh, it's so stupid. But man, it was so nerve-wracking. And I remember Ed saying, "Are you gonna turn?" Like he said it into the mic. "Are you gonna turn around?" I'm like, "You motherfucker!" Like,
Oh
and
my
like
God.
it was like this is my
Well,
back, and I
yeah.
was like, by the end of the show, I was facing forward, but it was like
Yeah.
little increments throughout every song, and then I finally turned
Yeah.
around.
You know what solved my problem, and this didn't happen until recently, is to go into the show and just start going crazy at the very beginning of the set. Because it totally loosens you up, like completely for the rest of the show. Because if all the stupid shit's gonna happen in the beginning, you don't gotta worry about the rest. And
Yeah.
so for a 45-minute set, you're totally relaxed, man. Or you just go into it with a completely different type of energy and just go in there and like, dude, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, that's how I
do
started looking at it. Like, this is just
You
another
know?
chance for practice. That's all it is, you know?
You just
Yeah.
we just don't care. It's like you're doing your thing, and that's it. That's it. Everybody else is
Yeah.
there to see you doing your thing. You know.
And what I learned also is, so, you know, these are our first like 10 shows. The people that are coming to see you, like when you're very young as a band, is like they don't know when you're screwing up.
No.
They
Yeah,
still.
that's
I remember like the third show we played. We had somebody videotape it, and every time the drummer messed up, everyone looked at the drummer but kept playing. You know, and he was
You
like,
don't
I
want
was
to do
so
that.
I was like, dude, you messed up. We're like, where? So we played the video like there and there, and that's when we caught that. It wasn't just me doing it. It wasn't like we did it all on purpose. You know, it was like everyone was just like,
Yeah.
what are you, where are you going? But everyone loved that show, and they came out there like, you guys were so awesome. I'm like, drummers suck. That's all I kept saying. The drummers suck tonight.
Yeah. It's all
yeah,
about.
but that's like the fun part of everything,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's why you go to a live show, because number one, it's unexpected, and the people want to see energy and confidence. That's it. That's the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
You can be screwing up. What's that one band? Not Mars Volta. What was the?
Oh, you thinking about?
What is
Yeah.
it?
I can't remember. He went nuts.
Anyway, this band. I can't believe I forgot the name.
Me too. I can't remember. But isn't it the singer of Mars Volta?
I think so.
Yeah.
at the drive-in.
At the
Yes,
drive-in.
at the
Okay, there's an interview with these guys, and they go absolutely apeshit on stage.
Really?
Crazy.
They were amazing.
And they were exactly. And the thing is, listen to what they're playing on stage, and it is just all fucked up. Like it's
Is it
not
really?
in tune. Oh, because well, the thing is, they're putting out so much energy, and they're
Right.
having so much fun, and so they're so caught up in the moment of what they're doing that the crowd is just going insane with them.
Yeah, they don't
you
take
know.
yeah,
it.
dude, look at Converge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Straight chaos.
an interview with these guys with at the drive-in, they were talking because the interview was asking them about how crazy they go on stage, and then the next question was, well, how do you guys like stay in tune and keep the songs together? And they all look at each other and like they all laugh. They're like, this is a live show. This is not about you
Yeah.
know
I love that.
doing that, you know, and that's what it is. It's the energy, you know. Yeah, it was great. It was great, and that's why people they love them, man, because they know they go nuts on stage, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I always thought that was the same thing with Guar. Like we were just hiding behind those masks.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Those
that's
guys
another
did.
trick. That's another trick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is to go into a totally separate persona of being
Sleep
somebody
token.
completely else. Yeah, like the sleep token, or you know, he had his glasses. He would call himself the Fly before he went on stage.
I
It makes
remember that.
totally change. You know, so that's another trick to do.
Well, now that we've given away all the tricks, we're getting to that time, my friends, the time at the end of the show. So, Brooklyn, we love you.
Love you.
We had a blast on here, and I'm sure we could do this for a few more hours, but we're trying to draw back and become a little bit more professional about our podcast. I mean, we still hit close to a 2-hour mark close to
We
it,
do.
an hour and a half. I'm sure I would love to have you back on. I don't know about Jolie. She seems pretty pissed in the
of course.
background.
Yeah.
I'm never.
That's
Any-
yeah, but that's why I got to cook for her though.
Yeah, that's how
right.
you butter. Well, I don't think she was on whenever you were saying that. So
No,
yeah.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
told
Oh, you
her.
did? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
when you took a break, when you went to. Yeah.
when you had to go.
Oh,
pee-pee.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I gotta stop drinking like
When you had
this
to
much
tinkle.
iced tea.
Yeah.
I gotta
Oh my
stick to
God.
coffee, but I'm like trying to figure out the right time before we get on these podcasts because I'll be
Oh,
up till
dude,
midnight.
I stopped drinking coffee around 4 o'clock. I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, but me at 6 o'clock going into or 6:30 going into 7, I would just be like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so back to what I was trying to do. We'd love to have you on. Is there anything last words you'd like to give to the people that are listening to Anchors and Eagles with you?
No, there's an old quote by Oscar Wilde: "Be yourself because everybody else is already taken."
Love it.
That's cool.
Good. Yeah, that's the truth.
That.
Wise
Love it.
words. Love it.
I love seeing you guys. I love seeing your faces. Geronimo, I'll get your number from Adam. We'll go get
Yeah.
coffee. Me, you, and
Yeah.
Jolie. I
Let's
will.
do
I
it.
will cook for you guys.
Just do it.
So wait a minute. I
Done.
have a question before we get off of this. So when you move to Atlanta and all your friends live there, you just don't tell each other or get each other's phone numbers. This is how it works.
Oh, I don't talk, dude.
Yeah.
I don't talk to nobody.
well, I
Talk to
think
nobody.
Well, I think we reached out at
We
one
did- we
point.
did
I think
try.
you and I think we
Yeah,
chatted at
we
one
did,
point. We're like,
like,
let's go
we
get coffee
texted
at
back and
sometime.
forth.
But yeah, but then being freaking
I
almost
probably forgot all
50,
about it.
It
Probably
doesn't. It doesn't.
It's
yeah.
my fault. It's my fault.
No,
I'll
it's
take
it's
ownership.
all
this
our
is
fault.
this is what
It's all our
happens when
fault.
you get into
Yeah.
50s. You know.
I'm 49, dude. I'm 40.
Yeah.
I'm almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're only 49.
Yeah, we're 49, but
Got a little
Okay.
time.
40. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not at the fit.
Well, I want to just say thank you again. I want to thank Geronimo and Jolie and Brooklyn for this show. If you're listening to this or watching this, please do us a favor, like, subscribe, share it to your friends. It helps us out so much. It's so great to watch this channel grow. And most of all, we're having a lot of fun with it. If you guys have any topics or anything like that, drop them in the comments or just DM us at Anchors and Eagles on the Instagram. Thank you again, guys. Have a great one.
You as well. Peace out.
Later.